Illuminati, Neuronins back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture, films, and the world we see. Deleted scenes, where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews, to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews, to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Yeah, yeah. Steam it out in your YouTube brother, let's roll.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being, American, and YouTuber Ronin. I'd like to welcome you to tonight's episode of Coming Attractions. The last episode for January of 2026. I want to say hello to everyone currently joining us on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. I want to say hello to anyone who might be lurking in the background. There's always one or two. That's perfectly fine. You do not have to engage with the chat, just as long as you enjoy the show. Hit the like, share out the stream, do all the clicky and algorithmically enhanced things. Alright, let me start out by saying hello to everyone here joining us in the live chat. First one here, Faithful Blue Wrench, channel member, the Bird Woman of YouTube. Watch out for her second channel, Fluff Chick Productions. It's Connie Clary. My partner in crime, the toxic gunslinger, the man who cannot be killed. The creator of After Hours Karaoke, Action Theater Presents, and Western Cinema Presents. The CEO of the Outlaw Bill Sports Network. Outlaw Bill. Channel member JPRPH1. Bringing the Netters Network Thursday Things Raid. Channel member Netters Network. Channel member, the voice of Northern Oklahoma. The tired midnight blogger himself, Curtis Selby. Host of Liquid Lunch and Friday Night Last Call. My co-host on Live from Sparkwood in 21, channel member Troy Pacelli. FKHC 2005, thank you for the super chat. Don't know why it showed up twice, but I do appreciate it. I wonder if there's beer on the sun. And hello to Real Wade Nation Gaming Recap. Yes, I will try to be there if I am alive. And I am not frozen. Okay. Alright. Yes. Wade is going to be hosting a watch party over on the Green Machine of Tron Ares. He has shanghaied Mr. Pacelli and myself for this broadcast. I will try to be there. Noon on Sunday, I'm usually asleep. Usually it's the only chance I have. But I will do my best. Okay. here is the here's the situation. The weather that most people got last week is coming to my area on Sunday. I'm sorry, not on Sunday, on Saturday. We are expected to get 2 inches of snow. Now, anytime there's a lot of ice, snow, heavy rain, it tends to lead to power outages. And really, that's what I'm worried about the most, is keeping the house heated in the middle of a situation like that, because they're talking 2 inches of snow. They're talking about the temperature going down to 19. And hello to our man from the future, Sashi. And so I've been very reticent about planning anything this weekend. Now, I do have stuff coming up, and we're going to be talking about that. But there are some things that have been canceled, moved around. I'm trying not to commit to anything too directly, but we'll see. We will see, and if the snow hits us, I'm sure I'll do a video on it like I did the last 2 times. And the best thing to do is that if there are any changes to the schedule that I'm going to go over tonight, just make sure to keep an eye on the community page. If there's a change, something has to be canceled, pushed back, I'll do my best to let everybody know. It hasn't really been a great week apart from that, and I'm not going to go into it all right now. I'll go into it on the next Unscripted, and I'll explain there. But this is where I'm my happiest. When I'm on the air, when I'm with you guys. That's when I'm at my happiness. So I'm glad to be here, and that you all are watching. I'm getting canceled by the weather now. Maybe. We will see. I hope I get to everything. I don't know. I won't know until it happens, and that's kind of the pain in the neck. I want to be able to be definite about everything, but it's going to be up in the air, guys, and that's the best I'm going to be able to do. However, like I said, I do have some things that I'm planning on, some things that I've had to move around. Here's one of the things that happened. And I have been so turned around over the last few days that I thought the Super Bowl was this week. So I really didn't plan anything for Sunday. I had to come up with kind of a last minute plan. And that's assuming the weather allows us, and again, no power outages, and everything goes to plan. It is. I hate it because everything is just so unsure and up in the air. And I want to be definite on these things, but it's not always possible. But it is what it is, guys. So I'm gonna do my best. And hello to Princey Movies. Good to see you. All right. Well, let's get down to the schedule as it is at present. All right. Share screen. And this is Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the next episode of Films with Friends, created and hosted by Big Al Presents. And he is rounding out Guillermo del Toro month with the original Hellboy from 2004 with Ron Perlman, Selma Blair, John Hurt, Doug Jones, of course, who is also in the other two movies. So it's kind of a Guillermo del Toro, Doug Jones month. This is considered to be the best of the Hellboy movies that have been made so far. I like the sequel, Golden Army, The Crooked Man, the movie that was made a couple of years ago. I actually think that's okay. I think it's watchable. But, yeah. Of course, this is going to be Troy and Netter and now myself joining Al for the program. And I'm a fan of this one. I'm looking forward to it. It's been a while since I've seen it, and one of the things that I've been trying to do is to kind of catch up on the original Mike Mignola comics. And one of the things that I liked about the movie from a couple of years ago, The Crooked Man, was the fact that Mignola was involved in writing the script for that. So I kind of felt like I was getting an idea, at least some idea, of what the comic version of the character was. And I mean, you get that here as well. But, I was not familiar with the comics when I saw this movie the first time around. Now I have a little bit more of an idea. So, I'm going to be looking at this movie through some new eyes this time around. So, assuming everything goes well, like I said, that's when the snow's going to start coming down on us. It's going to be on Saturday. So hopefully I can be there. If I can't, go over there and say hello to the guys. The Alan, the Troy, and the Netter, and watch the film along with them. Kanye loves Ron Perlman's Hellboy. Yeah. Hellboy 3. Yeah. I wished he had gotten their part 3. It's a shame. I hope that someday he gets the Lovecraft movie made, Mountains of Madness, because I know he's been wanting to do that. In that, at one point, that film was going to star Tom Cruise. And something else that I learned recently, watching a video on another channel, was that Tom Cruise was originally going to be in Pacific Rim. And he was going to play Pentecost, the character that Idris Elba ended up playing. And I went, damn, they kind of have, Maverick inside of this kind of giant robot, and I said, that would have been cool. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but I thought that would have been an interesting bit of casting. All right, so Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, Hellboy, as Al rounds out Guillermo del Toro month. Right after that show, I usually head on over to Outlaw Bill's channel for karaoke. I'm not sure if he's doing that this week, but if he is, go over to his channel, stop by, tell him I said hello, and if all goes to plan, I should be over there at least for the second half of that broadcast. All right. Now, also, as I said earlier, I want to remind everybody that Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips is on. This is on Sunday at noon. It is noon Eastern, or is that Central? Let me know, Wade. But at noon, Wade is going to be hosting a watch party for Tron Ares over on the Green Machine. So join him for that. Let's see. Let me once again share screen. David Harbour's Hellboy is decent. Yeah, I think he's a good Hellboy. I just wish the script for that movie were a little bit better. Because there was some potential there, it just didn't happen. Neil Marshall, who is the director of the David Harbour Hellboy, and he also did Dog Soldiers and The Descent and some really cool movies. He actually got interviewed by The Critical Drinker some time back, where he was talking about kind of everything that went wrong on that movie. And there was a lot of studio interference and, a lot of script changes that, the screenwriter kind of really didn't agree with. And there was a lot going on behind the scenes on that movie where things just, it got away from them. And it's a shame because it could have been a good movie. And I think there are parts of it that work. As Prince says here, I think it's decent. It could have been a lot better though, and it's just one of those. You have two missed opportunities with Hellboy because they could have let Del Toro do his third movie. There's so much that can be done with Hellboy. I just wish that they would let somebody come along and do it. And Del Toro could still direct it, but you can't do it with Ron Perlman because he's the guy's a little long in the tooth now to be doing those kind of movies. You'd have to go back and do like Crooked Man did, and like just get a younger actor that can kind of age into the part, But who knows? Who knows? Maybe someday. All right, let me head on over to my channel. And one thing that's been happening of late, and this is not just my channel, and not just my channel, it's been a number of channels I've noticed, and that is the fact that channels are losing subs. Now with me, it's just been a few, but it's been kind of harder and harder for me, and while I'm not as concerned with it because I'm thankful for the number of subs that I have, and I'm surprised that I have as many as I have. But, most of them have stuck around. But other channels are like, they're losing 100 subs. I heard there's one that might have lost like 1,000, and that's devastating for some of these channels. So what I want everybody to do is to, if you're subscribed to my channel, anybody else's channel, please check to make sure that you're still subbed. Because YouTube is unsubbing people from certain channels without letting anyone know. They will unsub you without your permission. So please Keep an eye on that. If you're subbed to my channel, please make sure to check to see that you are still subbed. Because I do have some goals that I'd like to hit this year. I'd like to be at 5,500 by the end of March. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to make that. It's been a tough road to get to where I am, but the more the merrier, and I'd like to see where this goes. And I might not. I'm not in this necessarily for awards and accolades, but if there are any on the way, I'd like to snag one of those plaques, and put it up in the background of a show, we'll see. Again, maybe someday. All right, let me share my screen here real quick, and we'll get to the rest of the lineup for the week. All right. I've already gone over Saturday. Now we get over to Sunday. And this is the return of Western Cinema Presents. We're doing it a week early. Bill and I did a show earlier where we watched the film Shoot to Kill for Action Theater. And we decided, we found a little window and we decided, hey, let's bring back Western cinema. Let's not wait until after the Super Bowl. Let's do it now. And we are returning with a pretty damn good movie. This is The Quick and the Dead from 1987. It is based on the Louis L'Amour novel, the same name. And this was an HBO movie back in the day, and it stars Sam Elliott along with Kate Capshaw, Tom Conti, and Matt Clark, and a few other familiar faces that you're going to notice throughout the film. And basically, there is you have this family moving west, the McCaskills, and along the way they kind of run into a group of bandits who kind of pester them along the trail, and also along the way they meet a half white, half Indian by the name of Con Valiant, and that's Sam Elliott, and he is after a certain member of the gang for his own reasons, and he decides that he's gonna lead the settlers into to their new home, and gets pretty interesting along the way. Characters are pretty well drawn. The action in it is pretty good. So I'm glad. I actually do have a copy of this myself, so I haven't watched it in a while. So it's going to be fun to revisit it. So join Bill and myself 3:30 Eastern as Western Cinema Presents returns with The Quick and the Dead from 1987. All right. Later on that night, I scheduled this kind of quickly, and I mocked up this thumbnail pretty quickly on Grok. And this is going to be the next episode of Unscripted. It's episode 139 that I'm calling Door-to-Door Revolutionaries. And the idea is, well, it seems that there are certain members of the Hollywood set who feel that when the Democrats ever come back into power, that the supporters of the current president should be, and I quote, rounded up and locked into camps. Gee, I wonder who originated that idea. And why do people who claim they're fighting Nazis and fascists talking like Nazis and fascists? I'm going to go into more detail. This is going to be a rant like a mother effer, guys. I'm sorry, but buckle up. Because I'm going to name some names, and I've come to a decision on a couple of things, too. So, yeah, it's going to be a fiery one. I keep saying YouTube is probably going to hide this one, guys. So I expect some feedback on this one. Join me, if you dare, for Unscripted, Sunday night at 8, episode 139. All right, well, let's get on over to the next program. Now, like I said, I'm not going to be doing reserved seats this week because it's just too late in the week to really kind of get that together and kind of play. And it was my own fault because I thought the Super Bowl was going to be this week. For some reason, I had it in my head. But what I am going to do instead, and because I have kept promising this, is that I'm going to do a couple of reviews. And I figure since there's going to be about an hour and a half between the end of Geeky Geezers and when Troy gets started with Doctor Who, there's like a 90-minute window there. And I figure I can get a couple of reviews in that time. So I have decided that instead of reserved seats, I'm going to do a couple of movie reviews. And I don't have those links up yet. But by that point, by Sunday, again, assuming it goes to plan, I still have power. Weather had, knocked us in badly. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a couple of. I'm gonna do a couple of film reviews in place of reserved seats. But reserved seats will be back. I have a couple people in mind to do some upcoming shows. So, but I thought, I'm just going to take this week off and just do something a little bit different. Who's your favorite Doctor? I'm big into David Tennant and War Doctor John Hurt. I'm not really a Doctor Who fan, to be honest. I've just never really gotten into it. But now that Troy has gone back and he's showing the first Doctor, the true first Doctor, William Hartnell, I like these episodes, these earlier episodes. I like those so far. So So yeah, I finally made it through an episode of Doctor Who, which I'd never done before. You know. So who's my favorite Doctor right now? The first one. Be honest. All right. Well, let's see. Where are we? All right. That takes care of Sunday. Monday is going to be another, again, if all goes well, another mystery movie night. Now, it looks like there's a couple of different selections depending on where you're, which theater chain you go to for the mystery movies. Now, Regal is doing a horror film this week, and the consensus seems to be that it's going to be the Luc Besson version of Dracula with Caleb Landry Jones as, of all people, as Dracula, and Christoph Waltz playing the Van Helsing type character. I don't think they call him Van Helsing in the movie, but he's supposed to be the Van Helsing type character. And then there are other people who are going to be getting, they think, a comedy, which is probably going to be Solo Mio, the Kevin James movie, where he gets left at the altar and decides to go on his honeymoon anyway to Italy. And but we'll see. We'll see who ends up with what, and hopefully my theater won't be closed. If it's not, and all goes well, Tuesday will be the Mystery Movie Night podcast, which is co-hosted by Sin's Corner and myself. We also have our other occasional panelists, who are Wilkie's Movies and Music, Kyle Corwith, Off the Cover, Rachel the Elder Millennial, D Movie Man, has been on a couple of times with us now. So depending on who is able to join us and who gets what movie, your guess is as good as mine. All right. So that'll be Tuesday at 7 p.m. And let's see. But Monday night after I get home from the mystery movie, should that go as planned, I am going to be joining Troy and Netter over on their channel for the Last Call Members Night at the Movies. I don't know if there's a poll up for that or if Troy's just going to decide. Troy, Netter, if you're still in the chat, let me know what the story is for Monday, and we'll get everybody over to your channel, and if there's a poll up, vote in the poll. If you're a member of Troy's channel, which you have to be in order to watch that program, and to join us on the panel, become a VIP member like myself. All right. Next up after the Mystery Movie Night podcast is the next episode of Live from Sparkwood in 21. This is a program co-hosted by Troy Netter Boomer and myself. And this week we are going to finish up the fan edit of Fire Walk with Me. And because the week after, we're going to do a fourth episode where we're going to take a deep dive into the film. So join us Tuesday night at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central for the next episode of Live from Sparkwood in 21, where we are going to conclude the fan edit of Firewalk with Me. Of course, that program will be followed right after by you will be sent redirected to Troy's channel for the next episode of The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, and I believe The Final Problem is going to be the next episode. All right. As of right now, I am keeping Wednesday clear, but Thursday, Action Theater returns. And we will be, and Bill and myself will be watching Timur Bekmambetov's Hardcore Henry. It is a first person point of view. I kind of liken it to like a Jason Statham movie. Only you get to be Jason Statham. This movie is a trip and a half. It's a blast. It's got some insane action sequences in it. Sharlto Copley's in the film. He plays multiple characters. Kind of like if you put Peter Sellers in the middle of an action movie. Haley Bennett is in it. They got a villain that's under the impression most of the time that he's Malcolm McDowell. it's the movie's a trip, and it's only about an hour and a half too. So it doesn't outstay its welcome. So Hardcore Henry is going to be the yeah, it's good. Bonkers it is. Yeah. And that's going to be the next episode of Action Theater. And then, of course, you can join me right back here next week. Same bat time, same bat channel for the next episode of Coming Attractions. All right, guys. That is the show for this evening. I appreciate you joining me here. Like I said, this is all subject to change. I might add or subtract a show. We'll see. Like I said, it all depends on the weather. And hopefully my equipment will hold up and my power won't go out. And I'll be able to give you some fun live entertainment, I hope. All right. I want to thank everyone who is following along on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. I want to say hello to anybody who might have been lurking in the background. Once again, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to engage with the chat, just as long as you enjoy the show. Hit the like, share out the stream. Do all the clicky algorithmic things. We had more than 30 people watching at one point. Thank you all very much. We're getting more views now that I'm doing the whole vertical and horizontal thing. So I'm going to be doing that. See where it goes. I want to thank Tim for the super chat earlier. I do appreciate it. And I want to thank everybody that joined us here in the live chat. Tim, Troy and Nutter, Connie, Curtis, Prince, JPRPH1, Sashi, Wade, Outlaw Bill, alright, me, scroll down. I don't want to miss anybody. No, I think I got to everybody there. Okay. If I missed you, I apologize. All right. That's the show for this week. Thank you all very much for joining me. I want to remind you that memberships are available. I am planning some real cool stuff, members only stuff. Mark Mounikoff, our resident Klingon, Qapla', joining us right at the end. All right. Yes, please remember, memberships are available and affordable. The more the merrier. And I am planning some members only shows here in the future. So from HQ and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond, good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy. Stay warm. Do unto others. Because this is how we win.
Ronin's back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture films in the world we see. Deleted scenes where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews, to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Yeah, yeah. Steam it out on your YouTube, bro, let's roll.